amazing night ahead of us. I'll be breaking down all of your weekend forecast details coming up.
All of our Mets deserve that too, but Jen, it's just been a wild week for us.
It has, and you have to remember that for a lot of folks, Monday was a holiday too.
Right,
and so technically it was supposed to be a 4-day work week for a lot of folks, but
turned into a 0-day work week.
Monday feels like it was so long ago by this point. So next Monday.
I'm the only one of the three of us who's 5 for 5 this week. Thank you.
No, I'm on day 2 working by this point. Yeah. So next Monday, I think when it's like a 5-day work week, 5-day school week, it's going to be a little rough for some folks to head back. But lots of coffee that day too. But let's go ahead and take a live view outside right now as we're looking over Government Street in downtown Mobile. And if you notice, we're still starting to see some of that ice, some of that slush. Almost looks like we have one gentleman out here that's just helping some of those folks, reminding him to walk carefully across the road. We've been seeing a few folks slipping as either they're getting out of their vehicles, they're crossing the street. And so it's always important to notice where you're headed. If you're going to be walking, if you're going to be driving and you notice some of the shade out there, it's still going to be slick. Even though many areas looking a lot better, this is where it's still going to be remaining cold out there. So just make sure that you're being careful in case you're heading out the door anytime soon, driving or walking, as we are still just starting to see some of those slick conditions in many areas out there. Temperatures just resting in the lower 50s right now. Those dew points right around 20 degrees. So the feels like temperature, although it is some dry air out there, feeling right on the dot. Just noticing some of those cooler conditions out there. Now, temperatures all across the Gulf Coast ranging just a bit, noticing a range of the 40s and the lower 50s, but we will start to warm up everywhere, really seeing that range of the 50s heading into the rest of today. But then later on this evening, Friday night plans, if you have anything going on for this evening, it is going to be cold once again. We'll be dipping down to near freezing once we get closer towards 9 p.m. and then only continuing to tumble heading into the overnight hours. Now, taking a look at our weather headlines and what we're tracking. The good news is that the ice is beginning to melt heading into this afternoon, but not all of it. We'll notice all of that go away once we get further along into this weekend, but anything that doesn't melt today, it's going to refreeze heading into the overnight hours. So really just be careful of underneath some of those bridges, some of those overpasses, but also it's going to be much more mild by the time we get towards the end of the weekend, and even looking ahead towards next week, midweek, we could see daytime highs near 70 degrees. Talk about a roller coaster of a forecast. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about what we're tracking in the short and the long range. All of those details are coming up in just a little bit. Joe. And also taking another look at your forecast and sharing some of your photos. So this is going to be another one that was sent in to us over the past few days. An island snowman from Janny down on Dauphin Island. I appreciate the palm trees for the hands and arms. Plus also we got some Mardi Gras beads in on the action, looking like the true Gulf Coast snowman right there. But as always, in case you still have any photos or videos you want to share with us, you can submit those fox10tv.com or by downloading the Fox 10 weather app. I'll talk more about your forecast coming up after the break. And also taking another look at your forecast. So our saga down on Government Street continues. If you were watching Good Day Gulf Coast with Nicholas this morning, he was talking about Government Street, how it's still slick. During Studio 10, I was also showing this camera view. Unfortunately, we saw someone fall because of this. And so here's the good news. Officials, they have now closed down this portion of Government Street. So this is going to be right in front of Government Plaza. Traffic is being diverted to Joachim and also for Royal Street. So you can still exit out of Bankhead Tunnel, but you will be diverted. And there's some of those tractor trailers moving hard just to clear some of that ice, some of that slush, because this will refreeze heading into tomorrow morning. So thank you to those folks for finally closing down this road right here. They're going to start clearing it out for all of us, making for safer road conditions. We'll continue to keep you updated with additional areas that we're seeing some of those slick spots and more of your forecast details coming up after the break.
Jen, people talking about February 6th, still asking you questions.
That's exactly right. And I will get to that in just a moment. But I mean, because this changes, it's like a roller coaster of a forecast. It's something that we're used to living here on the Gulf Coast, that our temperatures, they go up, they go down. We see severe weather, we get it all, and now we get snow in addition to it. And so you want to stay updated with all of those changes in the forecast and what we're tracking. A great way to do that is by downloading the Fox 10 weather app. You can head on over towards the Google Play Store or the App Store. And as always, always, you can just scan that QR code right there at the bottom of your screen. It'll take you directly to it. Also, this is a great way to share your photos and videos with us. Just scroll down, press submit your pics and videos. And also from there, you can see what other folks are submitting too. Now let's go ahead and talk more about your forecast again. Here's going to be that view down on Government Street. We've seen some issues with it today. We saw some folks slipping and sliding, some vehicles that were having some issues. And so the good news is that now they have shut it down. So this is going to be Government Street right in front of Government Plaza. It is closed. Instead, vehicles, they are being directed through Joachim or also onto Royal Street. But the good news, you can still move through Bankhead. So here is them trying to clear it out. They have some folks with some shovels out there. They have that tractor that's moving through, just trying to scrape some of it up because this is only going to refreeze heading into tonight. So again, avoid this area in front of Government Plaza if you're able to, but we will start to see some of those clearing conditions later on. It looks like they even roped it off too while they are attempting to clear it. Now here's a look at the temperatures over the next few hours. We will start to see those daytime highs maxing out in the lower to mid 50s. Later on this evening, it's going to start to cool down. Temperatures are getting near freezing once again by 9 o'clock, but it's going to be feeling even colder than that overnight. So again, Friday night plans, just make sure you bundle up. But again, overnight lows dipping down into the 20s and the 30s. I'll talk about that February 6th forecast and also your full extended outlook coming up when we come back. Well, just a reminder, we've been talking about February 6th. A lot of folks are talking about this on social media. Please stay updated with your local meteorologist. Ask us, be careful what you share out there. This is going to be the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center. They have high chances for us to be above average with our temperatures. That means above 60 degrees for February 1st to February 7th. So again, always check in with us. You can email us, message us. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But again, CPC, Climate Prediction Center, has high chances for us to be above 60 degrees for that point in time.
It's weird if it's still snowed somehow.
75 and snowing. My gosh, have a great weekend, y'all. We'll see you Monday.
What happens? Like a triple rainbow then or something?
Something.